Yes, we're back. We're back with another PC build this Sunday. Right, this one is the DLM21 mesh case. Comes with a mesh front cover. I'm not sure if you can see it. With a mesh front cover. Has a mesh top for easy cleaning. I've done majority of the work already for this one. Today we will just be installing the NVMe M.2 120 gigabyte Kingston, which is the new standard now for SSDs. Stop buying SSDs now that are connected to your SATA cables. Sure, that's fine and all, but they're pretty expensive for not being as fast as an M.2. Next up is the XLR8 PNY RGB RAM. This is my favorite RAM that I use. It's 3200 megahertz. If your motherboard can handle 3200 megahertz, definitely get this one. This is around 3600 ish, so it's definitely worth it. Most sellers would sell you non-RGB RAM around 4000. Don't buy those guys. Don't get scammed by those guys. Hit us up at YSKM PC Builds for your PC builds, or just a recommendation. We'll send you out the price list for a PC build that we think you would be needing, in case you are either gaming with it, video edits, photo edits, and all that. Send us your requirements, and then we'll send you our recommendations. But like any PC builds, we would need to take the front and back cover first for us to get access to the motherboard. For this one, slide that window out. Find a place where you won't break the glass panel. Obviously, that's gonna be horrible if that happened. Next up, since I was already able to put the fans, 3 in front and 3 exhaust, 2 on the top and then 1 at the back. I've also cable managed. I bought white cables as requested by the customer, and now we lift it downwards. There you go. So we're working with a BioStar B450 motherboard. Has 2 DIMM slots. It can handle up to 3200 megahertz of RAM. That's why we got our XLR8 one. This is running on a Ryzen 5 3400G processor. You can see we added white cables for the PSU CPU, and then for the 24-pin cable, our SATA cord is lined up as well. I've cable managed it already at the back. I'll show it to you guys later. But for now, we go and be safe. I'd like to always wear our anti-static band, hook it up to a metal, so you don't hit any what do you call this, any static electricity in your body. So just pin it there like such. Next up, screwdriver. Get a magnetic screwdriver, preferably a Phillips head. Check. Close that one bit on. And then we'll be opening our Kingston 120GB M.2. We went with this because the only things that we would be installing for this one is just Windows 10 and a couple of software apps, which shouldn't really take a lot of the space here. All the other games and whatnot goes directly to the 1TB Seagate Barracuda. If anybody is still selling you 2,500 1TB hard drive, make sure to go flip them off and just buy from Shopee. I've got a new package coming from Shopee. I'll be back in a bit. Mistake on my end. Wasn't from Shopee, it's just the water delivery guy. Anyway, back to us opening this Kingston M.2. You can use a knife, a pair of scissors. Just make sure you don't cut the M.2, obviously. That's going to be your boot up drive. Very important. Let us slide that one out. It's giving me a hard time. Oh my god. Yeah, that's not going to work. Let's slide that out. What is wrong with this packaging? A lot. For starters, like it doesn't want you to use the M.2. Got it, finally. Jesus Christ. Alright, let's set that one out first. Alright, we got that one ready. I'm not sure if you can see it. That's our M.2. Next, we unscrew the M.2 slot over here. We need the screw so we can slide our M.2 in place. Next up, get your M.2, slide it onto the motherboard like such. Screwdriver. Oh shit! Pick that up, and then just lower the M.2 Just tighten it with your screwdriver. Perfect. Ta-da! Now we've got the M.2 in place. I'm not sure if you can see it properly. I should add some light. Flashlight. Flashlight. There you go. We got our M.2 in place. Next up, we're doing the RAM. Do the RAM. Hope everyone's doing great on this Sunday afternoon. It's 1:27. We're just listening to coffee sounds. Get your trusty unboxing knife. Slide that shit open. Perfect. Keep it. Kids, don't play with sharp objects. Always ask adults to cut that shit for you. Alright, again, this is the awesome PNY XLR8 RGB RAM. It's 16 gigabytes because there are two 8 gigs included in this packaging. It runs at speeds up to about 3200 megahertz. There's one running at 3600, I guess, for a more expensive RAM. I would prefer to just get this one. This is around 3,600 pesos. Let's just do this one. Next up, get your RAM. Pick that up. Yes, that's perfect. And then you would want this to go like that. Alright, if you don't know what you're doing, just compare the length of one end and look at it on the DIMM slots in your motherboard. One is longer. It should give you a good estimate on where and how to put it in place. And then just drop it like it's hot. Nice. Nice. Next up, the second one to make it 16 gigabytes. Make sure the locks are open and then just drop it with a bit of pressure. You don't want to crush your motherboard, and then eventually it'll just lock itself. So next up, in place, and then drop it like it's hot. Snoop would be so proud. Snoop would be fucking proud. Alright, and now that we have completed the front side, we will now close this and I'll put the front panel in. After that, I would stop the stream and then we'll go to part 2, where I will be showing you how or what to do after you've placed all your components on your PC build, because a lot of people now have been streaming PC builds, but they don't really show what happens next after you put components in. You're gonna need to have a Windows 10 bootable USB. Has to be around 8 gigabytes or so. I have a 16 gigabyte, which I turned into a Windows 10 bootable drive, which is what I would be using. And then I'll be setting up a tripod to show you guys what it would look like. Oh shit. I'm trying to be organized so that there's not a lot of mess in this room. room. I like to keep the quote-unquote workshop clean. And it's just nicer to the eyes. Okay. And then afterwards, we get this. My mom would be so proud. I clean up after the shit I make. Took a while before I learned to clean my own shit, but it's actually pretty nice leaving your workspace clean. I hope I can say that all the time. But yeah, we're doing awesome at this point. So let me just check out how our audio stream is going. That's perfect, I think. Alright, nice. Let me remove my anti-static band for now, because we're done tripping with it. Let's keep my scissors. Put this back up. Remove my anti-static mat, which is also very important. You don't want to not use that when you build your PCs. Remember, safety fucking first. Alright. Nice. Let's get that side panel. Ooh, shit, that's heavy. Now that we're done tripping with our insides, let me give you an ASMR of a very satisfying wrapping pull. Let me mute our music, and then let me blast our mic for some packaging ASMR. Oh yes, that's satisfying. Yes, look at that plastic wrap. Done. Done. Alright, let's raise our music back in again. There you go. Then now, to put our side panel carefully. Slide that one on. Oops. Perfect. Done. So proud of myself. We've done it again. Now I'm gonna cut the stream, hook this up to our HDMI so we could use this particular screen to show you guys what you do next after building a PC. Thanks for joining.
So they say